Blackmagic has released a new camera app for smartphones that is totally free to download, and it does everything that you could possibly ever need from a smartphone. Because since Filmic Pro changed the payment plans from one-off buy to membership, everybody has been a bit lost as to which is the camera app that they're gonna be using, including myself.
And this is the app in question, it's the Blackmagic Camera app. As you can clearly see, if you click on the top left, you can then easily change the lens from the ultra wide to the main wide and the telephoto. But for the sake of this demo, I'm gonna be using the main wide because it's the better one of the three. And the next one is setting up the frame rate, which you can go from 24 all the way up to 60. And I always choose 25 frames per second. The next one is your shutter. You can either go manual or auto, and at the moment I have it on auto. If I darken that area a little bit, you got this little A inside the blue box that is telling you that you are on full auto, both for the shutter, which you can take, and for the ISO there. And you also have your white balance on auto and also manual. If I was to leave the shutter on auto, it's gonna obviously adjust automatically. I have no control on what the camera app is doing. It's either full auto or full manual. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna change to 1/50th of a second, and automatically the auto goes, and I can adjust my ISO accordingly. And the ISO is locked to the shutter, so I don't have to worry about it. The next one is the white balance, and here you can either set it manually or in auto, and here you can go into the bottom right and then go into camera and make sure that you take lock white balance on record. And what that does is that the moment you press the record button, it locks the white balance, so regardless of whether you move or not, the white balance is not going to change. So that guarantees that you are always going to be in the correct white balance. And here you got the tint if you want it to be slightly different than what the camera does on auto. You got your histogram. In the middle, you get the storage left in your device for recording. And on the bottom right, you get your audio meters. And if you want full screen and get rid of everything in the screen, you can just slide your finger up a bit and you slide it back in the middle or anywhere in the screen and the icons will come up. In terms of focus, you access it by hitting this button there, and at the moment it's on auto, but if you tap anywhere on the screen, you see that the auto moves where the sofa is, and now it's coming to the screen. It's a little bit abrupt. Normally I would recommend people to just leave it on auto. You can change the level of stabilization just as you can on Filmic Pro and many other apps. If you need to zoom, you click on this magnifying glass and you can zoom in and out. If you were to click on this one there, it would default back to full wide. And by pressing this button here, you get access to this slate and you can change things. You can tell whether it's interior, exterior, day, night. You can name files. And this goes hand in hand with how you preview your recorded media, because you can just browse it just as you do with any other smartphone, or you can have your search by location, by clip name, by time code, by sim shot. And that's where all that metadata information that you record here becomes really handy. And you have additional helpers. For instance, you can have your zebras there if you need them. You can have your grids if you want to have them on. If you want your masking to appear, whether you're going to be doing anything that is anamorphic or normal, and you can just turn them off. Your save areas. If you want to apply a lookup table, you can do this here.
I would be very keen to see how this app performs with the 15 Pro and Pro Max recording log, and whether that's something that is only locked to the iPhone app or whether third-party apps have access to that.
And to upload the LUT, all you need to go is to the main menu and just look for your LUT and then upload it.
You have apps like Filmic Pro or some of the other apps that they give you a sort of a log color space, but it's not a true and legit log color space. It's just the LUT that they apply to the Rec 709 signal that the iPhones record.
To access all the different menus and options that this app offers, you just need to tap on this cog there, and you can change so many things here. You can change the resolution, you can change the codec. You can go from H.264 all the way up to Apple ProRes 4444. You can set your time code display. I personally like to have it at time of day. you can change the color space. In the camera, you can quickly access the anamorphic disc squeeze, whether you want to enable vertical video or not. And we move on to audio, and you can select the input of the audio format, the sample rate, which it comes default by auto, but I like to set it at 48 kilohertz. The monitor, whether you want picking or colored lines, the color of those picking or colored lines, HDMI clean feed, so you can record directly into a recorder.
And this is an area that I would also like to test with this app, because if with a new iPhone 15 and 15 Pro Max, you can get a clean log file at 4K onto a recorder via the USB-C port, that would be really amazing.
The display of the histogram, let's say if I untick that one, the histogram is gone at the bottom right, but if I take it back, you get the histogram there. The audio meters, whether you want them on or off. And this is how I think Blackmagic is gonna profit from this app,
because they expect, rightly so, for people to buy the iCloud and storage services. So they'll be able to offer this app for free, hoping that filmmakers and content creators that use DaVinci Resolve for the editing will buy the storage.
If you go into media and you click on that one, you can now log into your cloud and upload any of these files directly onto the cloud. You can upload just proxy files or the original files, as well as proxies for the editor to work on. And you can tell the app whether you want to set the files within the app itself or in the app and the photo library. So you are basically telling the app what you want to do with this media, whether it is internally on the iPhone itself or in the cloud for your editor. And not only that, but you also get this chat window that if you were to be logged on, your editor can chat with you real time and tell you exactly the type of shots that he wants you to record, because he's getting all this data real time as you are uploading it.
As it stands, this camera app is fantastic. It does everything you would expect the smartphone camera app to do, and it's completely free of charge. But don't take my word for it. Have a look at how the same settings compare filming on Filmic Pro and also filming on this app, because what might look great to me may not necessarily look great to you.
A new place, a new home. For a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by. Life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my...
And if filming with a smartphone is your thing, but you want to get the best looking footage, but color grading is not your thing and it doesn't make you feel comfortable, I'll show you in this video here how to do it in just 2 clicks using my own set of LUTs. So click on it and I'll see you there.